I love these old Vietnam era protest songs. What a time in history. You had the civil rights, assassinations, Kennedy's and Martin Luther King, protesting in the streets over the Vietnam War. 58,000 of our brothers brought home in a box. I remember 1971. It was my turn. I remember sitting in the dining room at my house with my brother Steve, waiting for the newspaper. In that newspaper was our draft lottery numbers. This was the day we were going to find out if we were going to get inducted into the Armed Forces of America. The paper came and Steve opened it up on the dining room table. He says, "I'm going to look mine up first," he said. I said, "Go ahead, Steve." $258. I'm so happy for you. Steve wasn't a fighter. He goes, "I'm going to look yours up now, Gary." I said, "Go ahead, Steve." $15. I didn't know nothing about the war, just what I saw on TV made me sick to my stomach. I was a lover, not a fighter. I was a basketball player. I like sitting at the park with my buddies, smoking pot, getting high, listening to music, making music when I could afford a guitar. That's what I love doing. A couple weeks later, I found myself in downtown in some building, standing in line with about 50 other kids my age, standing there in my underwear, going from station to station. Each station, they looked you over, didn't say too much. It took about an hour to get to the last station. Here's some guy in an army uniform looked up at me. He said, "Son, you're just what we're looking for. You're ranked 1A. I knew what that meant. Everybody knew what that meant. A couple weeks later, I was at my buddy Donnie's house, Ashland Avenue in River Forest. I was sitting on the foot of his bed, watching TV he had up on his dresser. And none other than President Nixon gets on the TV. "We have unleashed our arsenal of B-52 bombers on North Vietnam. I understand today there's still craters in the ground in Hanoi." They're going to give us our POWs back. That's good. It's unfortunate we had to kill more people to get that done. "We're all starting this troop withdrawal," he said. "The war in Vietnam is winding down." Of course, it took 3 more years. And then he said, "Oh, and by the way, we're also ending the draft." I looked at my buddy Donnie. I said, "Donnie, did you hear what he just said?" Donnie looked at me and he said, "Gary, he said they're ending the draft." thought about going to Canada. Just a fleeting thought. I was going to follow in my father's footsteps. Go to war like he did. I didn't have to think about it anymore, though. Ended up at the happy ending in Forest Park that night. Listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and the valley folk below. On the mountain was a treasure buried deep beneath the stone, and the valley people swore they'd have it for their very own. So the people of the valley sent a message up the hill, asking for the very treasure, tons of gold for which they'd kill. Came an answer from the kingdom, with our brothers we will share all the secrets of our mountain, all the riches buried there. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend, do it in the name of heaven, you'll be justified in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides away. Now the valley cried with anger, mount your horses, draw your sword, and they killed the mountain people, sure they won their just reward. Now they stood beside the treasure on the mountain, dark and red, turned the stone and looked beneath it. Peace on earth was all it said. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend, do it in the name of heaven, you'll be justified in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing on the judgment day, on the bloody morning after. One tin soldier rides away.